Hello, we are going to go over lesson 2 or 9-2 models and 3-digit numbers, and then lesson 9-3 name, place, value. So in 9-1, we talked about hundreds, right? Counting by 100s to get to 1,000. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000. Now, we are going to be using hundreds. So hundreds are 3-digit numbers because there's 3 numbers in 100. The 1, a 0, and a 0. So there's 3 digits. So we are going to be going over 3-digit numbers and kind of what all of them represent. So the hundreds, the tens, and the ones for place value. So let's go over our picture ones first, and then we're going to go over our numbers. So let's look at what we have right here. We have a hundreds chart, a tens chart, and a ones chart. So this is showing us our place value. So right here we have hundreds. So let's count our hundreds. We have 100, 200. So we know that our number is going to start with a 2 with our place value. 200. Now let's figure out how many tens and ones are in this number. So now we have 1 10 and 2 tens. So we know that we're going to put a 2 down here. 220 what? We need to figure out our ones. So now let's count up our ones. Remember, these are all represented by what they are. So remember, the hundreds blocks are those squares. Tens blocks are the straight up and down, or the line, I say. And these ones are these little cues that we use. So now let's look how many ones we have. We have 1 1, 2 1, and 3 ones. So we are going to put down a 3 in our ones place. So this is our ones place right here, the 3. The 2 going over from the ones place. The 2 is our tens place. And then the next 2 is our hundreds place. So going with place value, we have a ones place, a tens place, and a hundreds place. So our number from this model is 223. Remember, we try not to say and. 223. We say 223. All right, let's go on to our next one. See what model, what number this model is representing. So let's look at our hundreds place first. We only have 100. So I'm going to put a 1 down in our hundreds place. Now let's count our tens. We have 1 10, 2 tens, and 3 tens. So now I'm going to put a 3 down in our tens place. So remember, this is our tens place. This is our hundreds place. And then this is our ones place. Now let's count how many ones we have. We have 1 1, 2 ones, 3 ones, and 4 ones. So our ones is going to be 4. So we have 100, 3 tens, and 4 ones to make the number 134. So that is what our number is from that model, 134. Remember, you can always pause this video if I'm going too fast. If you want to stop it, write this down. That's perfect too. All right, and our last one, we have, I'm going to put our place value down here first. We have 100 right here, 200, 300, and 400. So in our 400 place value, we are going to put 4 right there in our hundreds. Now let's look at our tens. We have 1 10, 2 tens, 3 tens, 4 tens, and 5 tens. So we are going to put a 5 down in our tens place. And last but not least, let's look over to our ones place. So we only have 1 cube over there, so we know that we have a 1 in our ones place. So our number reads 451. So we had 4 hundreds, we had 5 tens, and we had 1 1 to make the number 451. Let's go over to our numbers now that don't have these models to be able to write this down. So let's look, we have 768. That is my number for you guys. So let's see, how many hundreds do we have in the number 768? And it kind of gives you a clue if you don't know. When you say how many hundreds are in 700, so when you say 700, you know there are 7 hundreds in 768. And we can also write 700 or 700s equals 700. Next, let's look at so that was our tens place. Let's look at our tens place. Did I just say hundreds? Tens place. So now we have a 6 in our tens place. So we have 6 tens. 6 tens also equals 60. So if you count by tens, if you count 6 tens, you have the number 60. And last but not least, let's look at our ones place. We have 8 ones. And 8 ones is just 8. So if you added up 700 plus 60 plus 8, you would get the number 768. So that is just breaking it down by place value, seeing what all of them actually equal. So let's go ahead and go on to our next problem. We have 423 right here. Let's see how many hundreds we have. So when I say 400, that means we have 4 hundreds, which also equals, so 4 hundreds or 4 blocks equals 400. Now it says 423. So the 2 is our 10. So we have 2 tens, and 2 tens equals 20. And last but not least, we have 3 ones left over. And if you just have 3 ones, if you have 3 ones blocks, you only have 3. So if you added up 400 plus 20 plus 3, you would have the number 423. All right, and our last one, we have 990. So let's see how many hundreds we have in 990. So right, we have 9 hundreds in 990, which equals 900, or is the same as 900. Now we have, so that was our hundreds place. Now let's look in the middle, that's our tens place. So we have 9 tens. So 9 tens, if you count up by 10, if you count 9 tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 9 tens equals 90. And then last but not least, you have 0 ones. So I'm just going to put a 0 ones and 0 ones. If you have no ones, you have 0. So if you added up 900 plus 90 plus 0, you would get the number 990. So that was us working with hundreds, tens, ones, 3-digit numbers. So these are 3-digit numbers. They have 3 numbers, 3-digit numbers, 3 numbers. And working with our place value, so hundreds, tens, and ones to try to figure out and break apart these numbers. All right, well, I hope this helped. I will see you guys later. Bye.